There were some interesting things said by the University of Texas football team over the last couple of days. Quinn Ewers, quarterback who had some really bright moments last year for the Horns and some bad moments, especially towards the end of the year, but the presumed starter for all of this coming season, unless that other guy, not Arch Manning. Who was the other guy, Sean, that was competing with him in the spring?
Malik Murphy.
Malik Murphy. Maybe Malik Murphy sees some time if Ewers has some of his inconsistent issues, which were a problem for him last year. But he had this to say about the University of Texas football program.
I mean, I think there's always a target on our back, but there's also a target on the opponents that we're playing. We put a target on them. It's kind of like John Wick. You know, he's being hunted, but at the same time, he's hunting those guys as well.
So the University of Texas football program is like John Wick. Huh. I'm sorry. No, you can't steal John Wick valor, Quinn Ewers. You can't, because you haven't killed enough people.
I mean, John Wick is arguably a movie about Texas football, because in the first one,
people keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Oh, no. Texas football cannot be back because John Wick said that.
In 2014.
Well, that's, about how long Texas has been saying it's back.
Maybe just the first part, where people keep asking if I'm back, and I don't have an answer. Cut it off there. That's where Texas is right now. I don't have an answer.
Sean,
but people are asking.
That's a great pull. I didn't even think about that. Like, that's the number one quotable line from the John Wick franchise. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Oh, no. Well, that's what Quinn Ewers is saying about the University of Texas. They have a target on everybody else who has a target on them. Again, you're not killing enough people. I think pound for pound, John Wick has probably killed more people than any fictional character in movie history, other than when Bill Pullman nuked the city of Houston in Independence Day. Because he killed the city of Houston there. I don't think John
3
Wick
million
killed
people. Just
million.
boom.
Yeah. But after that, John Wick's probably number 2 as far as fictional heroes killing people.
Definitely heroes.
He's a hero.
No, I'm saying, like, as far as hero, like Marvel probably has a villain. Like Thanos snapped half the population.
But they came back. So
but they came back.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Also not a hero.
They had some plot armor.
People debate that.
Fair enough. More from the University of Texas. Okay. Steve Sarkisian was asked about this John Wick mentality, and here's what he had to say.
I think this team's on a mission. They've taken this mindset of being on a mission. They've kind of adopted the John Wick mentality. I know that Quinn has touched on and Jordan has touched on, and that they've really focused. And I think that's probably the thing. It's like, man, they want to go do this. They want to be focused on the task at hand.
Checking
I
off
think
all the
that
cliches.
they've kind of assumed this mentality of embrace the hate. Like, we get it. We're the University of Texas. We get it. This is our last year in the Big 12. Well, we can sit there and be a punching bag, or we can go attack the people that we're going to play. And I think that they've assumed that responsibility to say, hey, we're going to go after everybody else too. And so I think that's the right mentality to have.
Exactly how John Wick sounded in the movie when he said, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. He just went on a long, 50-second answer about how we're taking the right approach. An aside on Steve Sarkisian, and far be it from me to make a lot out of what the head coach of the University of Texas is saying and turn it into a big deal. But, considering that this program also employed Tom Herman, who was full of it a lot, I got to say, I just hate hearing him talk. I listened to him on the Chris Long Greenlight podcast, and the amount of times he says culture, eye roll. And he said at one point in that interview, it's not about talent, it's about culture. Hasn't every UT coach said that since Mac Brown? Hasn't every single coach said that? Wasn't that Charlie Strong's deal? Wasn't that Tom Herman's deal? Culture? We need to reinstall a culture at Texas. I never understood the hire of Sarkisian. And far be it from me to say like that this isn't going anywhere. I really do not know. I truly don't. I just don't like hearing him talk. I don't.
I also do not like hearing him talk. I realized, like, as I was listening to
You listened to a lot to find this John Wick quote.
Hour of I was gonna say hours. It was about an hour at one and a half times speed on YouTube.
Oh boy.
Just buzzing.
I'm sorry, Sean.
I probably heard him praise every single member of the Texas football team.
Every single one. There's a lot.
Over the first 2 days of fall camp, I think he praised literally everyone.
Everyone?
But by one by one. And
God,
yeah, it was a great day of practice. Both days of practice. Although one of the days they were practicing on two different fields, so he would always praise people and then go, but I wasn't standing on his field, so I'll have to check the tape to see how he did, but I think he did well.
Boy.
He is just like, there's absolutely nothing coming out of his mouth he's very, actually what it is, it's a little bit like Caserio. Like, he has the Caserio PR down. He doesn't quite go as long on every answer, but every answer is just like a cliche, after cliche.
I think if I get used to Sarkisian, I'll be able to just tone a lot of it out, as I have with Caserio. But I just hate hearing guys use the C word over and over again. Mm-hmm. Culture. I hate that word.
Especially because, like you said,
it's been a decade of this.
Well, also, that's also doing the culture wins games, not talent. That's literally what Iowa State says.
Yes.
Actually, that's
what does Alabama say? What does Georgia say? The conference you're joining. What do they say?
They say we win.
They bring in as many players as they can, and they let them fight to the death like Joker's associates after he kills that one guy. He throws the pool stick on the ground. Figure it out. That's what it's like at Alabama and at Georgia. And not to say UT isn't getting good players in, but stop talking about culture. It's been a decade. Culture clearly isn't the issue. Something else is up, and I think part of it has to do with that.
Well, no, culture is the issue.
It's not.
So talent's the issue?
I think talent's the issue.
So you don't think that they have enough talent?
Who's been drafted into the NFL?
Well, that has to do with development.
But that also has to do with who you're bringing in.
Well, every year they're top 5, top 10 in a recruiting ranking.
I mean, maybe the recruiting rankings that they're looking at aren't very good. Ever thought about that?
That's the one that
talk about prospect rankings all the time.
That's the one that has Alabama and Georgia high up too.
Yes, but Alabama, the results speak for themselves. Okay, you're probably right. The development needs to change.
I think you just got the wire crossed.
Development against culture, that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
They're totally different things.
Yeah.
Paul Galancho, ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Paul's retreating.
Wait, you just said culture hasn't been the issue. Culture's definitely been the issue.
It's the development's been the issue. I don't think the culture's been the issue because they keep on saying that they're installing a new culture, and they clearly haven't been able to install a culture, which means that it's just not possible to install a culture here.
So the lack of culture has been an issue.
No, wait. Is that what I said?
You said they haven't been able to install a culture.
It's Friday. Paul Galancho, ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, 713-780-3776. All I'm saying is they've constantly said that culture is the issue, and they've all had their own ideas on how to change the culture, and that clearly none of those have worked. Either it's there's one thing wrong, the lack of a culture, or it's that they're all focusing on the wrong thing, the culture. I think they're focusing on the wrong thing.
I think you should just I think they all think that they can build a great culture, and actually Charlie Strong was just wasn't that good of a head coach. Yeah, and then Tom Herman thought he could build a culture. Every game Tom Herman just plays to his opponent, which when you're Texas playing in the Big 12, that means you're just gonna go 7-5 every game, because you'll hang with the good teams, and then you'll just lose to Iowa State and Maryland.
Yeah, they don't have Maryland on the schedule anytime soon, do they?
No.
Thank
also,
God.
I think Steve Sarkisian said, not recently, but he said when he came in, they had 5 offensive linemen or something. They had 7 offensive linemen and 15 wide receivers. He was like,
fun.
It was how are we gonna win like this? That was also a Tom Herman issue.
It's been rough, but Quinn Ewers says that Texas is like John Wick. They've got targets for all the people that have targets on them, and you know what John Wick said. It's what the University of Texas fans like to say.
But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Or maybe it's people online like to say that to piss off Texas fans.
It's mostly ironic at this point.
Horns down, everybody.